we are going to talk about some of these astrological energies before we dig in to all 12 zodiac signs. Let me know down below in the comments how you are feeling with these energies. I don't know what is going on, but the energies feel thick, they feel heavy. It just feels like everything is slowing down. I don't know. I feel very tired. I feel exhausted, yet I'm still kind of pushing through. And I don't know if it's because we've got so many planets about to ingress into new signs, right? We've got Jupiter at 29 degrees. It's going to be moving into Cancer on Monday. We have Venus at 29 degrees. I believe it's moving into Taurus tomorrow. Hello, hello. Save me. Oh my God. I am freaking feeling it this week. The energies are thick, they're heavy. I'm dragging my butt. I have been all week. And yeah, it's just a very heavy energy, right? I think we got 3 planets ingressing within the next few days. And so that's huge. Me personally, right? And most of us as empaths, we feel these energy shifts most intensely when planets are at that 29 degree and then moving into that 0 degree. And so we're in like what I like to call is that sludge clearing connected to the closing, right? Because that 29th degree is the closing. Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so tired too. I'm sleeping really, really good and I'm still exhausted. So that is definitely the general consensus of most of the people I've been talking to. I just want to sleep. And so there is a lot clearing, I want to say, with these energies, right? Hello, hello, Ryan and Regine. Thank you for joining today. And so yeah, just a very tired energy because I do feel we're closing out a major cycle connected to the divine feminine, right? With Venus in Aries at 29 degrees. When Venus went into Aries, we started to choose ourselves, right? We were like, we're putting up those boundaries, we're choosing ourselves, we're asserting ourselves, we're doing things that are going to be best for us. And we're kind of closing that out and we're clearing a lot. And so I think that's why a lot of us are tired. And then it's going to go into that 0 degrees Taurus in that home sign, which is beautiful manifestation energy for the divine feminine, right? And so I did grab my Moonology manifestation cards today. Jupiter at 29 degrees. We got to keep in mind too, with Jupiter in Gemini, it's been in its detriment. It's in the energy of the fall. And so whatever area Jupiter has been transiting within your own personal birth chart, for me, it's been the 4th house, it's been the fall. And let me tell you, the unexpected issues that have come up connected to my home since starting those renovations down here, like what, it's been over a month. It's been one thing after another. Every time I feel like I'm taking 2 steps forward, it's like the universe kicks me back 5 steps. So for me, it's closing out a major cycle connected to the home. I had another quote come through yesterday to renovate the upstairs bathroom, and I'm like, forget it. I'm not even going to invest that much money for the work I was having quoted. And so we've got Saturn at that 0 degrees, and so there's a lot of restrictions, right? Yeah, up and down, happy, healthy. Yeah, so I am feeling just physically exhausted, right? And then the attacking yourself mentally, that's that Jupiter and Gemini at that 29 degrees. It's a lot of mental work, right? We're sifting through a lot of duality right now, which can be exhausting, even if you're not feeling it in the mind space. We're feeling it move through our body. And we do have what else we got? Well, we got Saturn and Neptune in that conjunction. When Jupiter moves into Cancer, it is going to be in a square aspect, almost an exact square aspect to Saturn. So you think of Saturn. Saturn is that malefic planet. It restricts. It asks us to harness in that self-discipline. I was doing so good on my journey like towards health because I do believe health is the new wealth, right? And tracking calories, eating well, working out every day, and then boom, the last few weeks I've got no drive to pour into my cup in that aspect, right? Oh yeah, like that was a huge renovation that I took on, and there was a lot of hiccups along the way for sure. Everything's kind of done and I'm settled, but it's like there's still other little things that need to kind of get done around the house because I haven't really upgraded the house in like the 14 years that I've lived here since I bought the house. So a lot of upgrades. And I'm very thankful for the help of my mom, which sometimes we butt heads, right? Because the two like-minded people sometimes can create a lot of tension. And so I think Saturn really is asking us, like, what is it that we want to build? Because it's going to feel like we're going to be restricted. And Jupiter is actually, when it moves into Cancer, it's going to be in the energy of being exalted, kind of like when Venus transited through Pisces. And so a sign to be exalted, though, it doesn't actually mean that it's going to be really good when it transits at first, right? Because you think of Cancer, it is connected to the home. It doesn't matter where it's transiting through your chart. It's going to trigger issues connected to the home. So for me, I've got Jupiter right now sitting in my fourth house, and it's going to move into Cancer, and it's still going to be in my fourth house, and then it's going to move into my fifth house, right? And so there's going to be a lot of mother issues coming up. It could be connected to your own motherhood journey. It could be connected to your mother wounds. It could be connected to your counterparts' mother wounds. There's just an energy I feel where we really do have to hone in on learning to nurture and mother ourselves and really addressing any issues around the home that are holding us back. And the home is also our body too, right? Our body is a foundation. And so right now I'm looking at the astrology, and we have the moon currently sitting in Libra, which is asking us to create that balance, right? And so Libra can be a tough sign to work with. I see we've got this Gemini stellium, and I'm so looking forward to Venus going into Taurus, because I do think this actually is asking us to slow down. It's a sign of slowing down, getting grounded, reconnecting with our roots, reconnecting with nature. And when Jupiter also moves into Cancer, it's going to be in a sextile to Venus. And so when it comes to this sextile aspect, especially all of you on my membership side, I know you're all divine feminines that are on the membership. And so the sextile is an opportunity. Sextiles create an opportunity to take action. And so what is it that you want to expand upon, connected to your home, connected to your divine feminine journey, and what do you want to ground in? Because Jupiter is going to be moving through Cancer for a whole year. It's going to move through, Venus is going to move through Taurus rather quickly. Venus moves rather quickly. And so we've got about a month or so, a little bit longer than a month, to really figure out, what do we want to build in this Venus cycle, right? What is it that we want to create? So that's why I picked the manifestation deck. And so, yeah, like we got to kind of work with these energies with that Gemini stellium. I do think it's a lot of duality. It's a lot of mental, what I want to say is mental mind fuckery. And so we do have to stay grounded, right? We don't want to stay up in the head. We do want to be heart centered. We want to be rooted in our present reality. And I know it can be hard at times, because the journey is about deprogramming and reprogramming these patterns in the mind, which is also why I've been really diligently working hard on the masterclass that I will be hopefully launching in the fall with dear Audrey from Instagram. And it is all about transgenerational patterns within astrology and pinpointing where this keeps repeating, so we can be those chain breakers of these patterns once and for all. And so I've been working on my astrology book, and then I got sidetracked with this masterclass, and I'm like, wait a minute, all of these ideas, right, with all the Gemini energy, and I'm thinking, like, the book has to kind of be rearranged, and I've got to kind of apply all of this generational astrology to the book. And so I've been rearranging a lot of stuff. I worked on a prologue. I will share the prologue to this novel on the community tab just for you members later today or into the weekend, because I'm booking up like crazy, like so many people reaching out, like asking, like, hey, I'm feeling lost, what is this energy? And so I want to say too, we've been on the path for a while, so we kind of hold the light, we hold that energy for those that are actually just coming back online too. And so as a new wave of awakenings happen, we also are going to feel that energy within our emotional body, because the energy of the earth itself is kind of shifting. And so rest, rejuvenate, fill that cup. I know I've been craving all kinds of carbs and candy and all kinds of stuff that's not good for us, but I do feel as we energetically shift these frequencies within our cellular DNA, it does affect us physically. So take that time to rest if you guys are tired, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get into the cards. I'm only going to pull 2 cards for each zodiac sign today. I got both the girls home today. Kenzie's home laying in bed. And well, Savannah's always home. But I'm going to do the Archangel Power Tarot cards. That's the tarot deck I chose today. I just feel like we really need to be connected to the angels, to the higher energies. I wanted to bring forward something very light, something very positive, and I'm pretty sure they're all upright in the deck. And I thought, with all of this manifestation potential, with all of these signs about to ingress and move from 29 degrees to 0 degrees, let's get some manifestation messages, okay? Because we also do have a full moon in Sagittarius next week, and I'm already feeling that cycle about to start for me. I don't know about the rest of you ladies, but I'm always in sync with purging during those moon cycles. And look, at Aries is saying just go for it, but none of us have the energy. And I think this is really like a reality check we're all kind of sitting in right now for our own personal journey. So let's jump right in. As you can tell, I'm a little bit stuffed up. For some reason, the allergies have been bothering me like crazy lately. I don't know if it's all of the wildfires coming from Manitoba. I believe it's in Manitoba. I'm in Canada. And so there's a bunch of wildfires. It's been hazy. We had tornado warnings here last night through the night. That happened around midnight. So definitely things are very chaotic in the collective. So let's start off with Aries. Let's see what the tarot card is for Aries. We get the Four of Pentacles. I think this is a message I do feel we all kind of need to heed with Venus and Aries at 29 degrees. And so it's earth energy. And so it is a reminder, when you give, you also receive. But if you're giving from an empty cup, it's going to be really hard to receive anything back. And so there is also this energy, I want to say, of almost like resistance to change. The Four of Pentacles normally is a card of hoarding, right? And when we hoard, it's saying we don't have enough to go around. And it's saying, hey, the universe isn't abundant. And so there might be like a lack mindset here to work through. I was really working through that last week. So there could be extremes in how you save or how you spend money. And so this will definitely affect income flow for sure. So really ask yourself where you need to hold back in giving and where you need to be open to receiving, okay? So let's get a Moonology manifestation, and how do we shift out of this state, I feel, of like withholding? So the state of restraint. So we get the full moon in Virgo. That's interesting because we will be going into eclipse season later this fall, and it is connected, I want to say, to the South Node in Virgo. So the South Node in Virgo, Aries, is asking you to take some type of inspired action. Virgo is all about structure and order, right? And so if you've been too much in the Piscean chaos, with the North Node in Pisces, this is saying get grounded, get rooted, and take some physical action. Maybe it is about stepping into the service path. That could be a message for you too. But I do feel something that you're working through right now connected to giving and receiving is going to come full circle for you at that eclipse portal. I believe it's going to be in September. I'm pretty sure September, early September, we're going to have that full moon in Virgo. So take that time to really sit with what needs to change and why you're resistant to this change. Okay, Aries? All right, Taurus. What do we got for my Taurus collective? As always, you can apply this to your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your North Node, your Jupiter. Taurus, we get that Nine of Michael or the Nine of Swords. Worry is unnecessary. I have to remind myself of this all the time, right? Worry is unnecessary. So don't focus on what it is that you don't want, especially with Venus moving into that 0 degrees of Taurus. It's untapped, unlimited potential for creation. Focus your energy on the outcome you desire, not what you don't want, right? And release all negative feelings, right? Release regret, release guilt, and give it all to God. Give it all to the angels. And so if you're not sleeping well, what is causing you stress? What is causing you to worry? Because I do feel this is definitely connected to the mental energy of Gemini at that 29 degrees. I also feel too, if you're not sleeping well at night, Taurus, I know I'm sleeping pretty good. Spirit is bringing forward messages in the night. And so if you're not sleeping good, it's because Spirit is trying to communicate something to you. And I do feel something about the throat. So what is the manifestation card for Taurus? The new moon in Pisces. Very interesting. You're really being called to attune to the divine. So the divine, I feel, really is connecting with you, whether it's your angels, your guides, a crossed over ancestor. You're being asked to calm that headspace and to drop it into the heart. So surrender really is what is needed for you. Trust, surrender, and attune to that North Node in Pisces energy. So Taurus, look to where, oh no. Yeah, so downloads, lots of downloads. I agree, lots of downloads. So I do want to say if you are receiving a lot of downloads, not sleeping well, uh, journal. Get those downloads out of the head and onto paper. I know that always helps me. But also just try to surrender that worry, okay? And so that could be a message for you, Regine, connected to your seventh house, right? Because that's probably where or close to where this transit is going to be taking place. But it does look like almost like a waterfall. So there is a need to kind of integrate the head and the heart, Taurus. So keep that in mind, okay? Gemini, what do we got for my Gemini collective today? What's coming through for Gemini? Look at that. There you are. The Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. There's definitely, I feel, friendship energy with all of the yellow. Are they carnations, yellow roses? I feel yellow solar plexus. You are being guided to call back your power, and we do that by living in our truth, speaking our truth, exuding that authenticity, right? The Queen of Swords is the queen of integrity, the queen of authenticity. You know exactly what it is that you need to do, Gemini, okay? And so just trust in that. And I also feel like calling in some new soul friendships. I feel friendships. Maybe you're calling in a tribe. Maybe you're meant to publicly speak and call in a tribe of some sort. And maybe they will benefit from you sharing your awakening experience or your spiritual experiences. It's really time, I think, to focus on career and career-based relationships. And I don't think it's really a time of love right now, and that's okay. That's okay. So I think Spirit really is communicating with you to kind of step up onto that throne and ground in a new vision. Okay, so what is the manifestation card? Look at that. They're coming out right away. More Pisces energy. Forgive. So use this upcoming full moon to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and forgiving doesn't mean condoning, right? We do forgive for ourselves. There could be a need to be open to some type of unity as well within the community. I feel very much a community energy. And so forgive. I think forgive yourself maybe for holding back. I feel like a holding back when it comes to those that could benefit from your experience. I get it. It's not easy to get up there and share your journey publicly. I'll never forget how scary it was when I started this path back in 2019. And you put up with a lot of haters on the journey, a lot of people that don't understand it, but keep standing in that truth. I think it's time to reevaluate your work, a career path, and forgiveness is going to be key in part of this career path, okay? All right, Cancer. What do we got for my Cancer collective next? Look at right away. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. This definitely is a mirror reflection of Jupiter entering into Cancer at that 0 degrees. We also have Mercury entering into Cancer as well this weekend. And so big Cancerian themes coming up. And we do see the 2 dolphins in the background. And so this is Archangel Raphael, the Ace of Raphael, the Ace of Cups. And so there is a positive new emotional experience, but it does start with self. The Ace is one leads to more, right? And so really fulfilling your own path, fulfilling your own cup, and then trusting that the right romantic relationship, I feel, is kind of just like sneaking up behind you. And I do feel, because dolphins mate for life, there could be a deep, lasting, committed partnership coming in. So really hone in on those spiritual insights that you're receiving, because the way I see it is usually that new soulmate kind of comes in energetically first, or in dream space first. For me, I'll share a little bit of a story. So I had a gentleman, from 3 years ago, reach out to me Monday night, and we dated casually for maybe 4 or 5 months. And I kind of cut things off because I was still stuck on the twin. And I knew this was a high vibration soulmate. There was a lot going on, and his brother had passed away unexpectedly from a drug overdose. And so he went into the dark night of the soul. I pulled away, and this gentleman reached out just out of the blue Monday night and wanted to apologize for how that kind of all ended. And he felt like he fumbled me. And I kind of felt like, well, I really wasn't ready to receive. I wasn't in a real open place to receive, holding on to the past. And he had to go through all of his dark night of the soul energy connected to all of that family stuff that was going on for him. And so it was a really nice reconnection. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I'm definitely open. I'm at that place on the journey after all of these years. I'm open to receiving a soulmate connection if it isn't the divine counterpart that was a part of this awakening and spiritual union, right? Because I'm a firm believer that when we are aligned and ready to receive, the universe will send us a match, whether the counterpart decides to step up or not. And so that very well could be possible for you, Cancer. So really also look to where this Jupiter ingress is happening for you within your chart. So look to the house of Gemini and Cancer, because it's probably happening in one of those two houses, because this is all about love. But I do feel you have to completely fall in love with your own life first in order to call that in. So oh, look at that. And then we get the Aries. And so this might really feel like you're backed into a corner when this experience comes in, because I do feel this does align with the Jupiter square Saturn energy in Aries. And so work through your feelings. This could be a connection that will trigger some old residual feelings about the past and some past relationships that maybe didn't work out. So get ready to work through your feelings over the weekend with all of these ingressed planets. Okay, Cancer? All right. What's after Cancer? Leo. What do we got for my Leo collective today? I just feel like you hold the key to Cancer. I do want to say that as I'm looking at that Oracle card. You hold the key. Look at that, Leo. We get the Queen of Wands. We get your card out, Leo. Wow. You can do anything right now. I love it. You can do anything right now. So we really don't have any Leo energy per se playing out in the astrology, but we do have a lot of Aries energy, and that's going to trine any major Leo aspects. And so trines open up portals of opportunity to walk through a new doorway, to be able to go after what it is that you want, Leo. And so you have the ability to attract a lot of helpful people. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Gabriel, this is the Queen of Vision. She's the queen that's not afraid to put herself out there in the spotlight, right? She's independent. She's also brilliant, like the Queen of Swords, and she's passionate. So what are you passionate about right now? Plant those seeds and go after what it is that you're passionate about, okay, Leo? I'm going to take them. Two come out. Love it, love it, love it. Speak your world into being. And so we do see, looks like a mirror image of twins on the card, and it is the Gemini card, right? The first quarter moon in Gemini. And then we got Virgo. So look to your mutable placements in your chart, Leo. Assess the situation, because Virgo is saying, I feel the Virgo energy is saying you are on the path of service. We all have a service mission. We all have something to share with the world. We all have a gift, right? We all have something that we are here to share. And so maybe you will be standing face to face with a divine counterpart, with some type of twin situation that is going to activate a new path for you, a new visionary path, and you're going to have to really assess that situation. I do feel a lot of third eye energy. So you might be feeling the pressure. I don't know. I'm getting it all in my sinuses. But you might be feeling the pressure. You might be receiving a lot of intuitive hits in dreams. So really pay attention. If you've got a cat, spend some time with the cat. I do feel cats help ground us, and cats really do help us clear a lot of negative energies. Okay, Leo, you would probably be drawn to cats, being the sign of the lioness, right? Okay, we're going to move on to Virgo next. What do we got for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Messages for Virgo, please. I'm not taking any reversals today. We got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Michael, and so I love the Ace of Swords. Whenever I think of Archangel Michael, he comes to sever those ties, right? He holds that sword of truth, and it's the sword that cuts. It's the sword that severs. And so you might be coming into a lot of new ideas, but this is challenging. Something here feels very challenging for you, Virgo. So remember, with the North Node in Virgo, that sweeping energy of the dragon's tail, it's going to sweep up any karmic debris. And it did flip out in reverse. So I want to say, don't let any challenges or bumps in the road hinder you from moving forward, because I think there's a lot of divine ideas coming forward, and there might be a need to clear up some type of communication problem. There might be a need to cut some people out of your life. And if that's the case, Archangel Michael is working with you, helping you to sever some old connections, to sever some cords so you can end up on top. So what's the manifestation card here? I just think follow those new ideas. We'll take them. We got two. We got Aries. We got Taurus. This is definitely connected to the Venus Ingress. Okay, Virgo, for sure. The Aries energy is saying just go for it. But once again, it's feeling very challenging, right? I know I've got all these ideas, and I'm a Virgo moon. I've got all these ideas, and it's challenging because they're coming in at lightning speed, and I'm jotting them all down as fast as I can. And it's like, when do I have the time to actually ground them in? And so when Venus transits into Taurus and moves into Taurus, slow down, go for it. Like, take all of these new ideas and build it, right? And it doesn't mean it has to be built overnight, because Taurus is all about slow and steady, and release control. Okay, allow the ideas to flow and then release control, and just keep building it. Okay, is the message for you, Virgo. And so the clearing up communication problems too could also be clearing up how you communicate with yourself, right? Be mindful of any negative self-talk. Okay, Virgo, I think that needed to come through as well. Okay, Libra, we do have the moon transiting through Libra right now. So what do we have for Libra? I'll take them. I'll take two. Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords. Okay, Libra, I feel like a wishy-washy energy. I feel a wishy-washy energy. I do feel you could have an idea. You could feel like, I want to take action. I gotta go right now kind of energy. It's saying it's time to take action. It really is. And so we do have somebody here being guided forward, right? We see the angel behind, and we do see actually a woman on the card, which is really nice, riding the horse. And so oftentimes the Knight of Wands gets a pretty bad rap, and I'm guilty of giving him a bad rap too. But this to me is saying go forward with passion for a cause. Go forward right now. Take action right now. Be confident. Be courageous. But then the Seven of Michaels is like, there's a course correction here, right? The Seven of Swords is saying there might be a better way. And so you might find yourself at a crossroads. You might find yourself wanting to go down this path, but the angels are saying, no, I think you better detour, and you better go down this other path, because if you've been working alone or trying to work alone, that's really not the best course of action for you right now. And so I think you're at a major crossroads, Libra. And that's a tough place for Libra to be, right? Because Libra is the sign in shadowy energy of indecision, right? Libra wants that balance. Libra is seeking justice and fairness all the time. But at the same time, that can be our biggest delay on the path, right? Because we'll be indecisive about which way to go. Pick a path, take action, go forward, because instinctively you do know what to do. But it's almost like what if I choose wrong? What if I choose wrong? Well, I don't think there's any wrong paths. I don't believe that. We can take detours, and we can get there the long way or the short way. Eventually, we all get to where it is we need to go, because the divine will keep rerouting us and redirecting us. And it does feel like Archangel Michael is blocking a path for you right now, because it's not where you're supposed to be going down. So what is the manifestation card for Libra? I'm going to reshuffle. I'm not going to take those three because they kind of just flopped right out. So something here might flop if you go down the wrong path. Even though I don't believe in a true wrong path, but something might just kind of flop. So, and that's okay. That's how we learn, right? That's how we grow. Something flops. So what's the manifestation card for Libra? Oh, no. Oh, and I'll get stuck right here. Oh, my goodness. What do we got? Oh, practice gratitude. It's the moon in Sagittarius. So I think be patient with yourself, because I feel that revelation is going to come at the full moon in Sagittarius, right? Full moons reveal, they release. So the details will be revealed to you, I think, by the full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. So Just release whatever needs to be released and keep practicing that gratitude, right? Because gratitude brings us more. Okay. Scorpio is up next, I believe. My chair is not in a good place right now. Okay, Scorpio. Ah, look at that. 2 of Cups. I love it. It's like that perfect mirroring energy. So I feel a spark. I also feel, look at that, feels like Kundalini energy right there between two people. And it doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be romance. It very well could be. But this is 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. So when I think of the 2 of Cups, we can have business partnerships, right? Deep soulmate connections with business partnerships. That's interesting because me working with dear Audrey, I know she's a soulmate of mine, and we're dedicated to creating something really good for the collective right now. And I think we're going to work really well together for many years to come. And so kindred spirits. There could be a business partnership coming online for you. There could be a romantic partnership, Scorpio, coming for you. And just don't give up. Don't give up on love, I think is the message, because it's here. It's almost like, hey, the storm's about to clear. The sun is about to dawn again. And there's a spark. There's an ignition here. And so there could be a new creative idea, something wonderful that you're going to build with somebody that you just jive really well with, Scorpio. So what are we manifesting with this partnership? Definitely a partnership. A partnership that's going to bring forward a reality check. So I do think it's going to take a lot of hard work. Whatever you're going to build in this partnership, it could be with a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be, but we do get full moon in Capricorn. It's going to bring forward a reality check. Maybe you're building something to bring forward that reality check for others, right? And so when would we have that full moon in Capricorn? Oh, we're going to have it coming up here in Cancer season. So this new partnership, this kindred spirit connection probably will come on your path in Cancer season, and we're not too far away from that time period. So get ready for a revelation, but I do think it's going to take some hard work because of the Capricorn energy. Okay. Sagittarius is after Scorpio. So what do we got for my Saggies out there? I do think this full moon is going to be pretty big for you, Sagittarius. We've got a lot of mutable signs right now in the current astrology, and they're going to be in a square to your energy. So you've probably been feeling a little bit frazzled, I'm going to say, maybe a little bit boxed in, but you're going through some type of an awakening with the Judgment card. And so there is a new beginning here, but there could be a lot of things ending, right? To start that new chapter, to start that new life comes with a lot of endings. But I do feel on the other side of this, you are finding that purpose in your life, right? And so I do feel healing, family patterns, ancestral patterns. I do feel you are being called to review the past and to forgive family, or to forgive the past cycles. And so it does feel very challenging. I do feel you are definitely divinely guided and watched over right now, and maybe even going through a process of soul retrieval, which can feel a little bit confusing, right? And so what are you manifesting here, Sagittarius? What is the manifestation message for Sag? Oh, embrace the flow of life, the full moon in Gemini. So we actually had the new moon in Gemini. And so maybe you're going to be going through this awakening process for about the next 6 months, right? So the full moon in Gemini is going to be in 6 months time from now, not happening right now. So you are being called to embrace the duality and the flow of the journey. Once again, that mirroring energy, lots of mirror syncs coming through. I know I logged into my bank account and everything was like mirror numbers. And so pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities, because once again, it feels like the challenges are there, right? It feels insurmountable here. But the more you look in the mirror, the more you see everything as a reflection of something inside of you, the easier it is to kind of work through the challenges, is what I feel is going on here for you, Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Capricorn is up next. What do we got for Capricorn today? 8 of Pentacles. There you are, working hard, taking pride in your work. And so this really is an opportunity for you to build something solid. And so the 8 of Pentacles is saying study. The angels are saying, yeah, read this book, study that book, work on this, work on that. And it's time to really practice perfecting your skills, right? And so maybe it's time to look into esoteric training or a higher education. And I think the angels really are guiding you. So if you're guided towards a certain book or to take a certain course, take it, learn. Maybe you're being guided to build a course of some sort. I do think that's where we're headed collectively with manifesting abundance. Is we all have skills, we all have gifts. In Capricorn, I know you are ruled by Saturn, and it does take a lot of hard work. And I do got to say, practice will makes things perfect. I guess as perfect as they can be. I don't really believe in perfection per se, but I do think it's really time to dig into what it is you're good at and to find a way to turn that into maybe an entrepreneurial path. Okay, so the manifestation card for you is be proud of yourself. Venus moving into Taurus will be in a trine to any other earth placements like Virgo and Capricorn. And so this is a portal gateway for you too, to be proud of the work that you create. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come. Yeah, it takes hard work. Building something solid does take a lot of hard work. So I just feel get grounded. You're grounding in a new career path, I feel is what's coming in for you, Capricorn. Okay, so Aquarius. Aquarius is up next. What do we have for Aquarius? Eight of Cups. What are you walking away from? What do you need to walk away from? The angels really are saying, leave the past behind. Leave whatever it is you need to leave behind that you felt was your gold or your treasure. The angels are saying, come hither, come follow me. You can see the angel there in the forest saying, come into the forest. We do have Pluto retrograde right now in Aquarius. The angels know what is right for you. You are on a spiritual quest. And so what do you need to leave behind? Because there is something better waiting for you. But you can't hold on to what spirit has for you that's better for you, holding on to something that needs to be left behind or walked away from. So anything that causes confusion, kind of see she's wearing a white gown. So you might be asked to walk away from a committed partnership or a marriage. But I feel like it's time to cross the threshold. It's time to cross that bridge. And the moon transiting through Libra right now is saying find that balance because the path forward is wide open. It's like they're parting you out of these challenges. And so walk away, walk the path, because when we get to the 8, we are in search of wish fulfillment. So leave behind anything that isn't your wish fulfillment so you can grab onto what is, okay, Aquarius? Pisces, as always, last but not least, what do we got for my Pisces collective today? What do we got for Pisces? Queen of Pentacles. I love it. So an earthly energy for a very watery sign. And I do feel this is probably connected to Venus moving into Taurus. And so this is all about nurturing yourself. Okay, Pisces, I know all about being a Pisces rising and how we can feel so responsible for everybody else on their healing journey. We do have to nurture ourselves too. So mature, practical, generous, and happy. I do feel you could be grounding in, stepping into a mystic healer, somebody that's very practical, that can offer some wise advice. And so the opposite of Pisces, though, is Virgo, and this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And so you've done your mystical traversing, I want to say, and now it's time to step into being that grounded healer. Take your gifts, take everything that you've learned, ground in that wise advice, and build something solid, because the energy is bringing forward a lot of potential to bring forward a lot of fruitful results. The angels really are saying you have an opportunity to build, I want to say, a lot of abundance. You've probably been maturing on the spiritual journey. So what is the manifestation card for Pisces today? I love it. Okay. Go deeper. Go deeper. When you think you've gone deep enough, go deeper. And so I do feel, Pisces, you are not afraid to go deep into the void. It's the moon in Scorpio, the new moon in Scorpio at that. Go deeper. I think release anything surface level. And there goes the throat. You're calling in deep connections. You want to make the world a more beautiful place. So I do feel like a deeper layer of transformation is happening for you, especially with the North Node transiting through Pisces. But it's really time to deepen your spiritual practices as well. I feel is that message, because the deeper you go with your practices, the deeper that ability is to make your life super beautiful and abundant. So be generous, okay? But not to your detriment, okay, Pisces? So that's what I got today, everybody. I'm so glad a couple of you were able to join me today. Not sure what we're going to do next week, because I think the full moon is like the day before. I think it's the day before I go live. But I'll figure out something fun for next week. And I will hopefully, I'll make a note, and I won't forget to post that little prologue about the book that I'm writing. I'm hoping to have that published by the end of the summer. So hopefully, if timing works out for me in that aspect. So have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all again next week.